To implement incremental load process, first we need to perform initial load. Initial load means loading table and creating QVD file. So, go to edit script. Click on table files. Load this table. Finish. And I want to name it as orders. Orders. After loading table, convert the table into QVD format. Store table name orders into QVD file name. Orders.qvd in brackets QVD. After this part, we can say initial load, loading table and creating QVD files. Click on reload. See, we have loaded table and we have created orders.qvd file. After this part, we can say this is initial load. Then next step is we need to calculate last modification date. And here we can separate logics in multiple types. We can write directly here after performing initial load. We don't need to execute this one each and every time. Keep this code in comments. Right click, comment. And we can write, next step is we need to calculate last modification date. And next we need to implement incremental load process. Here we can write logics line by line, or if you want to separate logics in multiple tabs, we can separate. See, I want to write calculate last modification date in one tab, example mod date, and in another tab I want to implement incremental load process. See, here first we need to calculate last modification date based on QVD file data. We'll see how can we calculate last modification date. Calculating last modification date. Here first we need to load QVD file, in this case orders.qvd, and after loading the table, sort QVD file in the ascending order of order date. Order date. After sorting, minimum date will be in the first record and maximum date will be in the last record. By using peek function, Peak is some lookup kind of function. By using peak function, we need to fetch maximum date, that will be the last modification date. Order date by using peak function and keep in a variable. Example, v mod date. Just assume that variable name is v mod date. So how can we write peak function is peak of within quotes field name here field name is order date within quotes field, we'll see syntax, field name comma without quotes position, then table name, third within quotes table name. In this case, for example, peak of field name order date comma position means first record represents 0, second record represents 1, like that last record represents -1. Remember that if you want to fetch value from first record means we need to give 0, and if you want to fetch value from last record means we need to give -1. Here after sorting in order after sorting order sort QD file, minimum order date will be in the first record and maximum order date will be in the last record. So we need to fetch maximum order date, that will be the last modification date. So last record means we need to give -1, first record means 0, then within quotes we need to give table name. For example, I will give order sort for sorted data like this. And we need to keep in a variable. To create a variable, we need to give set or let v mod date equal to say. Now we have fetched value by using peak function and I have kept that one into a variable v mod date. Here to create variables, we can use either set or let. Now I show you let. See, both set and let are useful to create variables, but set cannot evaluate expressions and let can evaluate expressions. Both set and let are useful to evaluate, useful to define variables, useful to define variables, and but set cannot evaluate expressions. But let can evaluate expressions. Both set and let are useful to define variables. Set cannot evaluate expressions, but let can evaluate expressions. For example, if we give set a equal to 2 plus 3, output will be 2 plus 3 only. Similarly, if we give let a equal to 2 plus 3, output will be the 5, like that. See, here we need to evaluate some expressions. Here we need to evaluate some function. So Here if you want to evaluate some function means here we must give let. Okay. This one. Set both are useful to define variables, but set cannot evaluate expressions, but let can evaluate expressions. Okay. Now see here by using peak function we have evaluated expression and we have kept that value last modification date in a variable called vmod date. After calculating this one, we don't need this sorted we don't need this qd file. We have loaded here. We are loading this one on temporary purpose. So drop qd file. Now we will see how to calculate last modification date. We need to calculate last modification date based on qd file data. Click on table files, load data. Here give some name for this qd file other than actual name. Actual name is orders.qd. Give some name other than actual name. Example order qd. We are loading this qd on temporary purpose. Our purpose is we need to calculate last modification date. Okay, here we have loaded this qd file. Then next we need to sort this one in the ascending order of order date. See, for that one, to give others or table name. Say load star resident order qd. Up to this one same. This one are same. Load star means all fields. I'm loading all fields from already existing table order qd. And here we need to perform sorting in the ascending order of order date. To perform sorting here we need to give order by function. Order by order date. This one. Order by order date. See, after performing sorting, now by using peak function we need to fetch minimum value, minimum order date. Here we need to fetch maximum order date. That will be the last modification date. Just a second. Okay. See. After sorting, by using peak function, we need to fetch maximum order date. See, let example be mod date equal to peak of first one is field name order date comma then position. Last record means we need to give -1 here. Then table name. Here table name is sorted data order sort followed by semicolon. So, first it will go for order sort table, and in order sort table it will go for last record, and in last record it will fetch value under order date field like that. It will go for say For example, assume that the orders are table. Go for orders are table. Then -1 means it will go for last record, and it will fetch value on the order date field. For example, in this case here, like that. After calculating last modification date, we don't need this QD file. Just we need to drop that one. Drop table name order QD. That's it. Up to this part we can as of now we have calculated last modification date. Next one is we need to start implementing incremental load process. In incremental load process, 3 steps. First we need to load first we need to load new data from source table. Second step is we need to load old data from QD file. Third step is by concatenating these two data sets, we need to create new QD file with same name as existing QD. I want to load all these under INC load. So click on table files. First, we need to load new record from source table. Open, finish. But we should not load complete table. Here we need to apply filter where order date greater than or equal to variable name vmod date. This is first step. Second step is we need to load old data from QD file. Load QD file data. Finish. But same. While loading QD file, to identify and eliminate updated records with old data, here we need to make use of not exist function. Here where not exists of primary key. Here primary key in orders table primary key is order ID. And next step is for this entire data set after concatenation, same. Here concatenation will be done automatically. For this entire data set, we need to implement NR join with source database table primary key. We need to load only NR join. Here we need to load only primary key from source table. Finished. We should not load all fields. Remove all this. Only primary key from source table. Next, last step. We need to create new QD file with same name as existing QD. Same. To create QD file, store command. Store table name. All these records are under INC load into QD file name with same name as existing QD. Orders.qd in brackets QD. The semicolon. Click on reload. Okay. Now you can say I have implemented incremental load process perfectly. Now we'll check. Now we'll make some changes here. I'll add one more record. One more record. This one is for today's date. Today date is 9th month 16th 2016. Format is like that, and I'll update the record. Instead of 75, I'll give 70 and 7 lakhs. Here, date also will be changed automatically. 9th month, date is 16th 2016, and I'll delete some fifth record. 3 changes. Delete. Oh, this one. Save this one. Save this file. See, now if we click on reload, our QD file must be updated with this latest data. QD file must be updated by using all these changes. If you click on this reload, see, now we'll check. We can check in QD file by using Qview or by using another Qlikview document software. I didn't install Qview software here, and we'll open that one by using some other Qlikview document. We should not check in table viewer. Okay, here we have written logic to create QD file only. We didn't write any logic to view that QD file. Okay. File, create new document. Select this one. Save. Save. Okay. Nice fast. Now go to edit script. Load that QD file. Now we'll check the data. Is that QD file updated or not? Open. Finish. Click on reload. Okay. Now if you go to table view, see, this is QD file data. Click view. See, 6 record is new record, and we have updated third record, say, and we have deleted fifth record, see, no fifth record here. So now we can say we have implemented incremental load process perfectly. It's all about incremental load process. First, we need to perform initial load, and second step is we need to calculate last modification date based on QD file data, and third step is we need to implement incremental load process. And in incremental load process there are 3 steps. First, we need to load new data from source table, and second step is we need to load old data from QD file. But while loading old data from QD file, to identify and eliminate updated records with old data, we need to make use of not exist function, where not exists of primary key, in this case order ID. And for this entire data set, here concatenation will be done automatically, and for this concatenated data, to identify and eliminate deleted data, we need to implement inner join with source table primary key. Then last step, we need to create new QD file with same name as existing QD. This is all about incremental load process. Next one is regarding development part, we have time dimension. We need to discuss time dimension and section access, means security at document level security. Okay, we'll see those later. Then now we will see some sample data model, and next on top of the data model we'll create different types of charts. Next we'll move for presentation part. Now we will create some sample data model, and next session onwards we'll see how to create different types of charts. Creating sample data model. Creating data model. Here in English folder, on the data sources we have some text files, Excel files, CSV files, like that. By using these files, I want to create some sample data model. Okay. See. Okay, new folder. Example here. Okay. Now, first we will load all those tables. Click on table files. Table files button. English folder. Creating a document. Data sources. So, I want to load country 1, country 2, country 3, customer and salesman, transact. By using these files, I want to create some sample data model. Open. To make first as column names, embedded labels. Finish. Embedded labels. Finish. 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 And I'll give names first. First step is first we need to perform optimized load. Optimized load means without making any changes, I want to convert all these tables into QD format. Here we need to create QD files. Next on top of QDs, we will create some sample data model. First step is we need to convert these tables as it is into QD files. Okay. First I'll give names for these tables. First table I want to give country 1. Second table I want to give country 2. Here country 1, country 2. These two tables have same set of fields. Here concatenation will be done automatically, but as of now we will suspend that automatic concatenation. Why? Because I want to convert this country 1 into country 1.qd, this country 2 into country 2.qd. If you don't give no concatenation, means under country 1 it will contain both these two records, and we can't while creating QD file we can't find country 2 data. As of now, we need to suspend automatic concatenation, so give no concatenate in between country 1 and country 2. And for this one, country 3, customer, salesman, transact. Okay. We have given name for this one. Now we need to convert those tables into QVD format. Store, to create QVD file, store table name. For example, country 1 into QVD file name. I want to save all those QVD files within a subfolder called QVD2. Just now I have created that folder. And country1.qvd in brackets QVD. Similarly, I want to convert all those tables. Country 1 and country 2, country 3, customer, salesman, transact. If you click on reload, QVD files will be generated and they will be stored in a subfolder called QVD2. Click on reload. See. See. Now I have created QVD file. Once we have created a QVD file, now on top of these QVD files, we'll create sample data model. Okay, once we have created QVD files, we need to keep this one in comments. But we can say up to this part, we can say this is QVD makers. QVD makers are QVD generators, loading tables and creating QVD files. And at the end, we'll see, at the end of the session, we'll see again how to, in detail, click your folder structure one more time. Keep this one comment. And I want to load I want to create data model by using those QVD files. To load QVD file data, I want to make use of another tab. Now I want to create QVD files on top. I want to create data model on top of those QVD files. Click on table files. QVD class. This. Control A. Open. Click on finish. 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 First, click on reload. Go to table here. Now we need to check, is there we need to go to table here to check any issues here. While creating data model in Qlikview, main issues are circular reference. Circular reference means, for example, say transact table is related to salesman, and if salesman is related to country 3, again if country 3 is related to transact, here there will be some dotted line. If you see any dotted line, we can say that is circular reference. Resolving circular reference also same. It means you need to break that extra relationship. Same, similar to synthetic keys only. By using qualified and unqualified statement, here we can resolve circular reference also. Means, for example, this one to this one, salesman to country. Again, if country 3 to transact also related, then we can say that is circular reference. 3 tables are related in circular way. If there are any circular reference here, you can able to see some dotted line. So you can resolve that dotted line by using qualified and unqualified statements. So while creating data model in Qlikview, main issues are circular reference and synthetic keys. Here synthetic key table is created, and all tables must be related. If you resolve those three, we can say our data model is perfect. Now, no circular reference, and here some synthetic table is there. Here, see, under country 1, here for QD files we didn't write any no concatenate. So under country 1, it will find data, it contains data from country 1.qd, country 2.qd. But country 3 don't have same set of fields, so here concatenation is not done. But here to integrate all countries information, here we must perform concatenation. Here in between these two tables, if you perform concatenation, means we can't able to see any synthetic tables here as of now. If you want to perform concatenation when two tables don't have same set of fields, we need to perform forced concatenation. To perform forced concatenation, we need to give concatenate qualifier before Thursday, before country 3. Go to table here, see. No circular reference, no synthetic keys. Now, but all tables are not related. See, this is separate data set, this is separate data set. Now, see, we need to establish a relationship between. For example, see, here we have customer ID in customer table, and in transact table we have ID customer. Okay. If we rename this ID customer as customer ID, then these two tables will be related. See. Go to transact table, rename this ID customer as customer ID. Then those two tables will be related. If you go to table here, see. Now we can say our data model is perfect. No circular reference, no synthetic keys, and all tables are related. Now we'll check for a time dimension table. Time dimension table means a table containing, we'll see later how to create time dimension table. Time dimension table means table representing columns like year, quarter, month, week, day, like that. Time dimension, or we can say master calendar. We'll see that one later. Okay. As of now, see, in transact table, we have fields like year, month, day, like that. And I want to perform analysis based on quarter also. Here we don't have quarter field. Just by using some inline table, we'll create that quarter field based on month. Go to edit script. Insert tab, load statement, load inline. To give month, quarter. For example, first month, first quarter, second month, first quarter, third month, first quarter, fourth month, second quarter, fifth month, second quarter, sixth month, second quarter, seventh month, third quarter, eighth month, third quarter, ninth month, third quarter, 10th month, fourth quarter, 11th month, fourth quarter, 12th month, fourth quarter. Click on OK. And to name it as, just for example, month or quarter, whatever, maybe some name. Click on reload. If you go to table here, now we can analyze business based on year, quarter, month, day. Like, okay, no circular reference, no synthetic keys, all tables are related. Now we can say our data model is perfect. Once our data model is perfect, see, this is empty sheet. Adding sheet objects on sheet, we can say presentation part or visualization part. Means creating different types of charts. Right click, new sheet objects, see, list boxes, statistic boxes. If we go to charts, different types of charts, bar chart, line chart, pie, like that. See, we can say adding sheet objects on sheet. Here we can say click to designer part or visualization part or presentation part. Okay, next session we'll see how to create different types of sheet objects.